All right, so I'm in a trade right now, and I'm just gonna go over um, the trade and then have kind of a lesson on how to take a loss in psychology. I apologize if I sound a bit tired. I had a long day, but I'll just fight through it. So currently, I'm in this long. I'm gonna go through over the thought process on the daily. We see that we opened. Try to get rid of all the drawings for a moment. We opened. We went all the way down. I wasn't able to trade today. We went all the way down, nearly to the previous day low. We rejected, made a higher low, and then went all the way up. This tells me one, we're bullish because we failed to break the low. And then and also because we pushed all the way back up and into a bullish, like, into a bullish day. Um, and then on the 4 hour, we completely inverse this, like we inverse down and then we inverse back up. So, bullish bias is in control. Additionally, with this untouched bullish for value gaps, maybe we will return to it, but the fact that this was even formed, very bullish. On the 1 hour, also took inverse every bullish for value gap. And what I'm looking for is on the daily, we have this high right here, and we barely didn't hit it. And we also have, I'll turn the drawings back on. We have, and I'll go to a lower time frame. Let's go 15 minute. So what do I see here? We have this 2600 or 26,000 big figure. We have this high right here that we didn't touch. We made a high and retraced, and then we have this. We had a daily fair value gap that we looked at all of the last couple months, and this is the high of it right here. And because I put this as a vertical line, it moves along. Now over here, what did I see? We had this 15-minute fair value gap, which we respected. I'm gonna again turn off the drawings. We have this 15-minute fair value gap from this high and this low that we respected here. We closed above it. And then we went down, we hit this order block and this 15-minute fair value gap as well. And we're respecting, we have a close in, excuse me, we have a close in 37 seconds and we're respecting both of them. 30-minute respecting this small fair value gap. 5-minute, we create this close and then we open, and if we close above this, it'll be a change state of delivery. As long as we close above this candle low, which we'll have in 20 minutes or 20 seconds. Um, yeah, we inverted this, but again, I'm looking at the 15-minute for context here. And on the 4-minute, it doesn't matter. 3-minute, you see the same reversal. We had to close here. I took on the 2-minute, closed here. I enter on this little retracement just at the fair value gap high, even like a tick under it. But yeah, even though we didn't take this low, we took this low and this one. We took liquidity. Now, what am I expecting to happen? Even if price reverses and we fall here, I took this on the 2 to 3 p.m. silver bullet. Um, if we originally took, I'll turn the drawings back on. If we originally took this big daily high, I wouldn't have been bullish. I would have been unclear because would have had to wait. And if we wanted to start consolidating a lot, then also wouldn't trade. But we went traded down. We consolidated a little bit. We traded down, took these lows into, fair value gaps and all that. Now I'm looking at how we react to here. I'm not even gonna do anything. I want to go break even here because I wanted to trade. I think if we invert this fair value gap, I'll go break even. I'm pressing control. But my target's here. However, I'm thinking of moving the target up, depending on how strong we go, and take like partial here. But I also want to target the low-hanging fruit, and now we're selling off. But whatever happens, this trade, I'm happy with it. Like you could even see the break of structure. You could see everything, like or the shift in market structure. I think it's a good trade. Um, we're selling alongside the high time frame order flow. We're buying alongside the high time frame order flow, which is clearly bullish. Our narrative overall is to go up and hit these targets, and our drawn liquidity here and this 2600 big fig. There's just a lot of draws, and they're all like above each other. There's not like you know what I mean? Like they're all untaken. This high is right below this one, which is right below this big figure. It's not like this high was right above 2600, 26,000. This is all within the fair value gap that we've already hit. And yeah, so that's my trade recap. Now, or trade recap, more of my explanation. I'm really looking at how this hits the fair value gap, but I think I'm just gonna hold regardless. It's like staying in there, and as long as it's not gonna reject it, I want to see a close above the midpoint, the CE of it. Um, but I really like the reaction. We go down, and then we're pushing back up, and now we're pushing through it. If we close above it, maybe I don't know if I'll go break even yet. Um, I don't want to go break even too early, and I risked less. I risked 300 this trade because I think just over leveraging higher does something to like my psychology. It's just currently so I can work on it. Like had a pretty bad week. That's when I want to talk about how to get over it, and we closed right at the C. Whatever. I personally think we're fine. I don't even think I need to draw this out. Oh, and there we go. We're ripping up. I actually want to put limits, like a different amount of limits here, because I think we can hold this a bit. I don't know. I don't want to be greedy, but I do want to make limit order of, let's say, 6, the limit up here. Um, so I don't, I've been messing up these things recently. Put the limit order right here at the first target. Um, I really like this displacement here. I had a theory that price sometimes moves like an S. Like we go up, we slow down, and then we rip through it. It's like a fake or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna tell myself that to make myself feel better. But but yeah. So what happened? I traded on the Friday, the first day of the first trading day of the year. I traded a PM session trade because I am just currently a bit, let's say, held back from trading with high quality as I'll go through the week during New York and London and times that like I'm fortunate enough that throughout my day, because I live in the Middle East, that I have London session in the morning, New York in the mid afternoon ish, and then PM sessions in my evening. Like it's 9:20 for me right now. However, like I just am not able. I'll explain it. So I won $1,000 on a trade on PM, and I go into next week. Now I have a day where I risk 1%, which is 500, and then that doesn't go well, and for whatever reasons, and then and we have maybe I'm a little bit like traumatized from going break even, but it is what it is. Um, because I have a feeling we're gonna retrace. I guess I could just re-enter. Um, no, whatever. No, it's just for some reason like I'm just having a bad record. It's like the loser's trauma. You know what I mean? And I have to get over that. But anyways, I forgot exactly the reasons each day. I remember I'll go into it, but I lost like 3 days in a row, 500, and that included some break-even trades. Like it was break-even trades and losses, and then like a day I wasn't able to trade, and then like a very small partial win where like let's say I took partials here and it reversed that type of win, and it looks like we're about to hit my target. I should be recording like this so I can post on TikTok, but whatever. Um, and then a day where I had like a partial win on Friday. Now, there's multiple reasons. I'm preoccupied and I trade. I'm not able to journal before, during, and after. I'm not journaling during right now, but I'm talking to myself. The same type of thing. I journaled before my analysis, what I thought going into it, and that I'm only going to target longs in the event we go down, hit the fair value gaps and respect them, which is what I did. Um, and I don't like that reaction. Um, yeah, sorry, I'm very mid focused. Yeah, so I had a day where I lost because I was going for this big long. It hit like I guess where I went break even and went back, stop me out. And for some reason, I had the impulsive urge to reverse my bias and short. And I had no reason to short that. It was like it was that one day where the market opened, we ripped up like last week, and I was gonna long like a 1 to 11 hour trade. Obviously, I would have taken partials. I wouldn't have even reached that much. But I literally put down the P&L, like the long, uh, or like the long tool, and then told myself like I think it's gonna target these big highs today based on my analysis, and it did. It was just a little choppy before. It stopped me out on break even. I won't even need to be upset about that, but I took the inverse trade when I thought that it was reversing because it hit like my first point of liquidity where like imagine like you have lower highs and it hits the first one, kind of has a reaction on the lower time frame and then goes down a bit. It just I was impulsive because I really wanted to get trades in because I really want to just win a trade. And then it instantly stopped me out and then went up. It was choppy a bit. It would have stopped me break even 100% no matter what. But then it just ripped up. And maybe I would have looked for another entry long if I just kept my long bias. There was another day where I went PM again because I missed a day. And the PM session was kind of like today where it's a little bit slowed down. And it's like it's like this short right here, this inverse for value gap. Except this one actually would have worked, but the other one just continued going up because like PM session doesn't have to retrace even if the whole day's bullish. Like just because like you had the big expansion, it doesn't mean that we retrace. We can keep going. And like even if we were consolidating, it's not good to trade in consolidation. So no matter what, that trade was pointless, and it was me. Like I have this habit of trading PM. Like let's say today, and tomorrow I might look for the exact same trade, even though it makes no sense. Like I have this weird like I hit some really good PM session trades because sometimes it goes into this consolidation, manipulates against the bias, and those are the trades I love taking on PM. Like it does this quite kind of often, and I would recommend studying this on PM. I swear it does this, right? But like if PM, let's say, is a second stage distribution on a higher time frame, like run, then it would make sense that it does this. And this is exactly what ICT Silver Bullet is. But then what I do is I always think it might retrace against it because I'm looking for a longer run. Like I wouldn't have had a good if it reversed right here, right? I wouldn't have had that good of a risk reward. Like its risk reward isn't the best in the world, but it's fine. But I would have had bad risk reward, and then I would have looked for a short because like you know I would have looked for a short because it would look a lot more profitable, and that's my main issue. I'm looking at the possibility of me winning. The fact that I can here and there, you will have times where I identify a crazy big winning trade, but that doesn't mean every trade will be like that, and I need to learn to accept that. And then my last loss was another impulsive thing. It was just me not analyzing the market properly, taking a trade on my phone because of my computer. I was working at the same time. I'm not gonna really disclose what I do right now, but it takes up time. It's not very stable time wise. It can be, I can have shorter days, longer days. Sometimes I can make it to trade New York, sometimes I won't. Then I don't trade lunch and I have to wait all the way PM, but I usually go to the gym at this time. And so that's why it's very complicated for me. In London, depends if I'm busy in the morning. Sometimes I could take the time, but it's very inconsistent, which is why I tried trading multiple sessions. I just have to learn how each of the sessions operate. And I know that might not be the best, but it's kind of what I have to work with. I don't have the stability of even being able to look at the markets consistently um, throughout each session. And here we took one side, took the first profit. We might just reverse here. But I feel like we'll run through it. Like these big daily objectives, I don't feel like we're just gonna hit and reverse off of from this tiny wick. That would make no sense. We do have to run up a little bit. I know this says 10. I don't know what it is that it won't let me change it. I swear it used to. If it works now, that'll be very funny, but it's not gonna work. Yeah. Cannot modify the order type. I can just add a I'll just exit the trade manually so it doesn't sell me an extra 6 here. But like, I'll just move this up and I'll make another sell limit for 4. limit above this here. Put it around here. I do believe like on the daily we have this fair value gap. I'm just gonna zoom out a little bit, and we need to fill it. We're at the very top portion of it. There's no way we don't fill it. We tapped into it once here, rejected it. We tapped into it again. We're going into it a third time. I believe we're gonna have to have some reaction to it. Um, like that's just what makes sense to me. Here we're going through the 26 big figure. Now this looks like it could possibly reverse, and this is the type of thing I need to work on my psychology for, or am I just being greedy? I don't want to just be greedy and not exit this trade because it is like a 2R, and I don't know. I'll see. It's like the middle of it. I don't think we're just gonna reverse at 230. It'll be tough if we reverse. Um, I could trail my stop. I don't know. I really feel like we're gonna keep going up. I do also have to remember to stop it early if it goes down because it's a 10 sell stop limit order. Let's see. So yeah, I took that's basically the story of why I took these three losses in a row and completely trashed everything I made on that really good trade on Friday and now put me behind. But how do you approach this? Well, firstly, I have to be honest with myself and tell myself I am having bad trading habits. I am not trading how I want to be trading. I like I have to be honest with myself. I am impulsively trading. I'm being emotional in multiple different ways. I'm being greedy, especially focusing on the win, not how much I could lose. I'm not like I don't break my risk management, but I'm not protecting my capital. And I've noticed some gambling habits, and that was the most not scary but eye-opening part. I'm like feeling myself having the urge to kind of gamble, and like be like, okay, whatever, it's an eval, and it's like that's why I'm gonna stay in this trap. That's exactly what they want you to do. I want to work with them. They gave me these rules. They're giving me this account. All they're asking for me is to trade properly, and that's what I'm not doing. And so it really gave me a realization that on I have to work on it. And yeah, I'm gonna journal more properly like I should be doing. I'm gonna have my weekly reviews like I have every week. I didn't even do it this weekend. I had a pretty busy weekend, and I reflected on the week and everything. But and I even back tested the week again to see what I could have done. But yeah, see, this is not a great sign. I really don't see a reason why we reverse here. I mean, this was a high that we barely made under this one. These are not highs that you reverse at. These are highs that you break through and run through. And I feel like hopefully this is what we're gonna do now. The only thing that got me scared for the reversal is this big figure number here. I feel like once we reach it, like we're gonna reach it and break through it. You don't just reach 2,600 or 26,000 and sit there and reverse. I mean, you could, but that'll be interesting. I do think we're gonna fill this daily fair value gap. If it's not today, it'll have to be at some point soon. I think if we break through this high, I might trail my stop. Um, I would have to make a sell stop order and put it over here. I put it like here. I'm scared it will like sell automatically. Sometimes I mess up with the limit and stop orders. We have a, I don't know, let it go a bit more. And I can get rid of this. I can get rid of this. Yeah, this reaction isn't great, but it isn't rejecting it. It's kind of consolidating there, and I feel like then it will continue, which I actually kind of want to see. I just want to see one displacement candle before I trail my stop. So, and I like to stay on the time frame I entered at. You know, the 1 minute time frame will tell a different story. The higher time frames I'll look at sometimes, but at the end of the day, I'm asking for a 30. Oh, we displaced higher. Go up. And of course we do that. I sort of like PTS and we hit the stop. And yeah, that's the trade for today. Filled in that daily fair value gap. And wow. Okay. Thank God it didn't basically just hit that and then go down like that. I would be so annoyed. But yeah, see, this is great for me to record this and have me not leave early and end up catching this. I didn't enter here. I entered like here. And catching this 2.5 hour trade, even though I took partials at 1.5. So it's more like a slightly under 2 hour trade. But I don't mind that. And that's what I need to focus on. And I just now made up for my other day. And that's great. And I really hope you reverse here. That'll be satisfying, but I feel like we'll go up more. And yeah, this is why I love PM session because I love catching a move. I love that it doesn't just instantly only rip at 2. You can catch it like in the 5 minutes after, kind of like market open, like AM market open, but push down to an hour, and then it makes these big moves. Sometimes like big relatively to the time frame. I caught just under 40 points, but it's great. Um. Anyway, so I'm reviewing my week. I reflected a lot on my psychology because I know my issues with psychology. I know how to trade. I am learning new concepts and more in depth. Excuse me, and it definitely makes me sometimes get into some analysis paralysis. I'm sure you guys have that if you try to learn something new and apply it to what you already know and you know, you're learning something and then I'm learning more in depth into market maker models. I have to get out of my brain that not every single moment and every single thing is a market maker model, you know? Or like I don't know how to identify they're not going to be all perfect, but yeah, learning how to take a loss. I'm just I'm learning, improve my psychology, studying, trading more, being very real with myself, telling myself I'm not profitable. I'm not gonna gamble evals. I'm close. I'm getting there. However long it'll take, it should take. I have to stop focusing on the time. I have to stop being greedy. I have to stop. I have to start working with myself and not working against myself. But yeah, anyways, this trade kind of distracted me. Um, I might upload this as a very real video. It's just me actually talking, but I do want to make a real psychology video. So I think I could provide that, especially like if you like as a trader who goes through it, it could be very relatable, and I could share ways I'm managing to get through it because I'm not giving up. So yeah. Anyways, that was my trade. Very nice that it hit. It would have been very unfortunate if it didn't, but thank you so much for watching. I really hope you had a better week than me, and I hope this week will be great. And yeah, be safe in the markets. There's CPI and PPI. Don't gamble. Goodbye.